When did you, like, when you were modeling for Monster, like, in the back of your head, you're like, how do I get on that bike?
So there was a video, actually, of me. It was before we were walking around one of the Anaheim Supercrosses. This guy named Jim Hawley's big in reporting for Supercross. And there was a KTM 450 right there. And I was only 19 or 20 years old. I was like, I'll hop on that bike. And they kind of laughed it off like I wasn't serious. So I just hopped on the bike and I started it with my heel boots on. Yeah. And I just took it for around the pits real quick. And they started rolling their cameras and they were like, holy you can actually ride. And I say, yeah, I can ride pretty well. I didn't let it rip.
We have
but.
We're live.
This should just be
Dianna Dahlgren just took her top off.
She took her top off. She's really opening the studio.
Can we get her an M-Claw, please?
God, give me the M-Claw. Give me the M-Claw.
Get her an M-Claw. Her top is off. You are looking good, by the way.
Yep.
For a mother of two.
What's
up? We're live. It's fine. It's a podcast. Patch her up.
There we go.
Touch her up.
Get it, girl.
Lucky. You're lucky.
The luckiest woman alive right now, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you,
My
Dean.
son's gonna be so jealous too.
I'm jealous.
My son's like,
Hey, I'm sitting here and I'm jealous.
Oh, that's sweet.
You're Dianna.
Makes me feel cool still since I'm a mom, you know.
Now
makes me feel good.
This is Brittney Palmer. You guys are now Instagram
yeah, she's
friends.
like one of my goals.
Oh my gosh.
She's the OG ring girl for UFC for over
16 years.
Jesus Christ.
So
a long
amazing.
time.
Long time.
And very similar to you were Miss Supercross. I met your mom the first time that you did Supercross. I sat in the booth with Mark Hall and your mom.
Oh boy. She's a hoot.
And she was cheering for you like Giselle used to cheer for Tom Brady at Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah.
It was sick. She was so proud.
Yeah, it was cool experience going to, because I started Supercross as a monster girl, not as Miss Supercross.
No, you were a monster girl.
Yeah, so I think my mom was pretty stoked. You know, I was only 18 years old.
Yep.
So yeah, it was quite the experience, and my parents are dope. You know, they raised me in action sports, so they were probably cheering me on because that's like their Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know, like we don't watch football in our family. We watched Supercross growing up. So
Right.
They were pumped about that.
So is that how it all started? You like rode bikes as a kid?
Yeah, we grew up going to Glamis and always riding dirt bikes out of our garage. Growing up in like Menifee, Canyon Lake, Temecula Valley area. Back then, you know, I'm 33. When I was 5 years old, it was rolling hills for miles and miles. It was farms everywhere.
Right.
It wasn't houses like it is now. So you just ride your dirt bike out of the garage for the whole day.
And do you have brothers or how many?
I have two older brothers. They're 10 years older than me. One of them raced Supercross and outdoors and all that. He privateer. He didn't cut it. He wasn't top 10. He didn't make the night show.
He didn't make the night show.
But hey, he still raced. He lived the dream. So, but yeah, his name's Brandon, and that's kind of how I got into it. Just would go to the racetrack every weekend, Paris Raceway.
And then when did you get your first monster modeling gig?
So it's a small community, you know, this area, Temecula to Corona.
Yeah. But was it through Kelly? Was it through?
So someone introduced me to Kelly, and I was just shy of 18. I wasn't 18 quite yet, and I had already had a little bit of modeling experience under my belt, but I hadn't done any promotional modeling. So I was just like, hey, I would love to do whatever you have for me. Like, put me in the game. And so I turned 18 and boom, she booked me. And this guy named Rico at the time was working for Monster Energy in the action sports.
I remember Rico. Rico worked for us.
Yep, Rico Ferrante. And he was like, Kelly, book Dianna for A1. And I'll never forget. I was just like, dreams made, you know. You got to imagine little girls who watch UFC. You've seen it over and over again.
1,000%. When did you, like, when you were modeling for Monster, like, in the back of your head, you're like, how do I get on that bike and show them what I could do? Like, when was that ever, like, a plan? Did you ever think that 1 and 1 can equal 2 in that, like, regard? Like, how did that happen?
So there was a video, actually, of me. It was before we were walking around one of the Anaheim Supercrosses. This guy named Jim Hawley's big in reporting for Supercross. And there was a KTM 450 right there. And I was only 19 or 20 years old. I was like, I'll hop on that bike. And they kind of laughed it off like I wasn't serious. So I just hopped on the bike and I
Cool.
started it with my heel boots on.
Yeah.
And I just took it for around the pits real quick and they started rolling their cameras and they were like, holy shit, you can actually ride. And I say, yeah, I can ride pretty well.
badass.
I didn't let it rip.
We have some of the original. I don't know if this is Doonies 1 or 2, but he
Look at that.
ripping a dirt bike right now out in the Doonies.
Yeah, there's Doonies too.
That's the outfit that should be worn on that bike.
I know. Why
all the
aren't-
time.
Why
aren't the
are all these
guys doing it?
Exactly. They're all fully clothed. I'm over there, ass out,
Yeah, that makes it.
popping.
I think this is the one.
There we go. That's Doonies 1.
So you look hot, and this is one I don't think people knew you could ride.
No. Even Ash, who
Put
is
your
dirt
ass
Oh my
sharp.
gosh.
Can you still do that in 2023?
I know. I was just thinking that.
Why not?
Why
we need to
not?
bring hot chicks back,
Do
honestly.
it.
Like,
Oh, we're not
come
getting
on.
rid of them.
We're not
We've
getting
already
rid
made a
of them.
statement.
Monster honestly has the most
Nah.
beautiful models. I will give that to them.
Somebody
Like, I see
referred to me the other day. They were like,
Most
Strauss
beautiful.
or somebody. He's like, you know what you guys are? You are like what Playboy was 20, 25 years ago.
Yeah.
So like
Sure.
to be a monster model now is obviously it's a little different. There's no centerfold, there's no boobs, but it is what it is.
beautiful.
Yeah, and I just reposted a story last week. It's a new video out. They just posted on the Instagram last week, but I reposted it and I said, "Cheers to the company who's keeping the hot girl dream alive."
You know what I mean?
You know,
But
'cause
people
when I
still
was
wanna
15,
see it.
I wanted
People
to
still want to
be-
see it. They're always
Like, I
beautiful.
think
There's
it's
not like
stupid,
one that's
like-
like, meh, they're all gorgeous. Even Janie, I'm like, Janie, you have not aged one bit. I mean, I'm like, you are just beautiful.
Like F1 took it away.
Yeah.
Stupid.
And you know what? There isn't a Miss Supercross anymore, you guys. I think there was a
Nah,
Miss,
so
one
and
more
then
Miss
you're
Supercross after
actually the
me.
reigning. It says here, not everything I say is correct. So 5 years as Miss Supercross, reigning Miss Supercross, and live every weekend for Fox Sports 1 during the Supercross series as social media correspondent. Quick trivia right here. Co-founder of the brand Salty Honey,
Yes, that's right.
at Salty Honey.
Yep, that's right.
2 kids, boy and a girl, appeared on the covers such as Fitness RX, Muscle and Fitness, Hers, and Flex Magazine.
Yep.
Tell me about Salt and Honey. Salty Honey.
Salty Honey. So when I got pregnant at 25 with my son, I was like, my career's over. Hot girl career is over.
wow.
And that's just what I thought at the time, you know. And so I got pregnant. My best friend from high school, she had a previous bikini company, and so I've always been into business. I love business, and so that's
You do
how
like
I started.
business.
Yeah, I love business. I love.
Well, what is it though?
So it's I'm sorry. Salty Honey is a women's activewear.
Oh, cool.
It's actually more of a lifestyle brand now. We make activewear, swimwear, loungewear.
Okay.
And what makes our company, because you know everyone can start a swimwear and an activewear company. What really makes Salty Honey different is that we just embraced women from all walks of life. Obviously, my partner and I, coming from a modeling background, it was easy for us to go out and get all the hot girls to shoot. But all of our friends at the time were becoming moms. I was pregnant. And all my girlfriends that modeled were like, oh, I'm $500 for a 2-hour shoot. Well, we didn't have the budget for that. So we were like, let's shoot our girlfriends from high school. They're all really cute and they just all have different body types. And so that's what we started doing back in 2016. It was before, I feel like, the whole bandwagon of like showing every single type of woman's body. It was always just, you know, stick figures at that point in time.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. We had bigger girls, we had smaller girls, we had short girls, we had super tall girls. We had just had the whole full spectrum. And so that's really what took off for our company. And now we're uber successful. We've been in business 7 years. And this is my sports bra. I'm wearing my
Cute.
leggings. You know, we have super cute.
Can I get a sports bra?
Yes, of course I can. Of course.
Why do you think that like for so long it was just like skinny girls? Like there was no place for like a bigger girl to model or a misshaped person to model, or like why was the prestige? Was that like a Victoria's Secret thing that just
Yeah.
like made everybody feel you have to be skinny and fucking not eat and look kind of weird? And
Well, it goes in phases, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look, Kim K, her body type was not popular for a really long time.
she's got a fat ass.
And now look at everyone. Everyone's
she's
like
tiny.
fat ass, fat ass, fat. Like everyone wants fat ass.
that
now,
thing
so.
would fit in this chair.
But this
You've
has
seen
been
it in
going on.
person.
I've seen it.
But by the way, this has been going on for forever,
Yes,
Dingo.
forever.
Like, I mean, even if you're talking like in the 30s, 40s, it was like curvier, skinnier, flatter, flapper dress. Like in the 20s, like it's just like it's always had like a fad of body types.
Yes.
But I think now more so than ever, they're actually incorporating everyone. And I think that you pave the way of that, and it makes women. I mean, it's more practical. I always say like, even when you go into dressing rooms and like the lighting's off, I'm like, God, we all look so different. Like you need to like kind of adapt to every single person because that's the way the normal body looks.
Yep, exactly. So, I mean, even me, I'm not your standard model girl, you know? Like, I was always a little bit more athletically built, and then I even started working out in my early 20s, and then I became even more fit looking.
Skinnier. Your body, like, you've trimmed.
You're so sweet.
I know.
Wow, thanks.
Have you trimmed? Like, have you cut?
I stopped drinking for 2 months. I hit it. I hit the bottle again a couple weeks ago.
I haven't stopped hitting the bottle for a while.
But yeah, I think that's what just, you know.
I hate that that's what does it.
I know,
alcohol.
right?
Dang it.
I know.
It's the sugar. Here, I got videos, so I was just going to keep ripping through so we can
Let's
keep
do it.
going through stories.
Oh, boy.
Here you are on the Holly.
Yeah.
Where's this? Is this going to Sturgis?
That's Sturgis.
Oh,
yeah, this is when they
That's
figured
rad.
out I could ride a Harley too. They were like, wait a minute, you can ride dirt bikes and Harleys. I'm like, yeah, my parents, you know, this is their thing.
This is their thing.
Yeah. Go
How
ahead,
do the
Sturgis.
guys treat you at Sturgis?
Oh my God.
Well, they couldn't believe their eyes.
Oh my God.
I'll say that. They could not believe their eyes when they saw me, and that was Mercedes Terrell ripping around on the back of Harley with us. But yeah, I mean, I think everyone was kind of shocked because that one was specifically brand new, and I was like, "Let me do it. Let me show you."
What bike was that?
That was Ashes.
Yeah, what was it, a Sportster? Or
Oh, it was a Softail.
Softail or something?
Softail.
Do you still ride bikes?
I would if I had one. I don't have one right now.
What's family life like with you and Ryan? You guys built a new home?
Yeah, we live in Henderson, Las Vegas.
I know where that is very well.
Yep.
I stayed in Summerlin last night.
Yeah, and you got here this morning. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
You're going back tonight.
Fucking flying back tonight.
What?
Yeah, we're doing
When we were young.
when we were young,
Tomorrow.
we have the vert ramp put up at Tony Hawk's skating tomorrow.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be really
Okay,
sick.
so I'm gonna come over there then.
Yeah. Come hang.
So yeah, we moved to Vegas. You know what, guys? I'm not gonna lie. I'm an ex-Cali girl, right? 10 years ago, I left, moved to Washington, opened up bars, sold the bars when we had.
Was
my
that
first
with
son.
Ryan?
Yeah, that was with Ryan. And then left there, and we came to Vegas. My husband was working at the Wynn Resorts at the time, and I love the desert. I love going to the river, and so we had a Natique G23. We just go rip the river every weekend. So that's what we did, and we love it there. We stay there. I love that there's no income tax. You feel me on
No
that?
state tax.
Yeah,
Yep.
like I ain't cutting Cali a check anymore.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, it burns.
It
It's
does.
a wound. It's an open wound for sure in this state.
It's crazy. Anyway, taxes are taxes. You gotta pay them. But yeah, no, a lot of people seem to be moving to
Vegas is chill. Vegas
Vegas.
is a very chill. Like, I mean, if you want to go
A lot of
across
celebrities
town,
live there now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mark
of course.
Wahlberg
Mark
came.
Wahlberg's
He's opening
there.
that
Steve
studio.
Aoki, Sean White bought a place there.
It just
Obviously,
makes
Frank
sense.
Lorenzo
It's a
Fertitta,
50-minute
Mike
flight,
Tyson.
and
yeah.
you're saving. If you make millions of dollars, you're saving
And it's
millions.
cheaper to live there. Their homes
actually-
now have changed a little bit, but you can get a big, nice home there. Here, you get a $3 million house and you got to go to bed with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
crazy.
Yeah, and in Vegas, it's like if you're in fear of your life and someone's trying to break into your property, if you shoot them, you ain't gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
to shoot them.
That's not like here in California. You're like, well, was it justified? It's like, well, I'm a female and some dude's breaking into my house. What do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah.
So-
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
What a crazy, like, like since COVID, like this, what a crazy world we've like come into. And I don't think we're coming out of it.
I think we are. You describe. I think eventually everything just learns to calm down, and then it'll be
You
calm for a
think?
while. I do. I'm also optimistic, and I think if you keep putting that energy, like it's gonna be fucked, we're screwed forever. It's probably gonna be that way. So I have faith in everyone, and I'm hoping that we're all on the same page. So
Well, we need our country's people to just
Yeah.
start getting along with everybody.
exactly.
But right now, what's happening, unfortunately, this week, they
Yeah.
ain't doing that.
Yeah. It's doing the opposite.
The big old great divide.
Yeah, it's so sad. But
Yeah.
hey, if you're watching out there and you guys are hardcore on one side, just respect and love everybody that's around you. That you don't have to treat people like shit because they don't agree with you. Not everyone likes the color black. Not everyone likes the color white. We can find that middle ground. So
Apparently, black's not a color.
What are you talking about? That's my favorite color.
It's my
shade.
favorite color too. I've been told it's
man,
not a
look
color.
It's a
No,
shade.
well, listen,
That's
I
what
don't
they
know if
say.
that's some new Me Too type shit. I'm sticking with black is my favorite color.
We like
Also,
Dianna.
white's my favorite color. I'm not like a.
Remember how much we've like traveled the world
We've
together.
traveled the world. I'm telling you, I
Remember,
love you.
like
You're one of my faves.
we were like in like I remember we did like a
Whistler,
trip to Whistler,
Canada.
and we were like we were kids,
Oh, we were kids,
and
and
we
I'll
had
never forget
so
the girl
much
that he was
fun.
with at the time.
She hates Sable.
I can't believe you dropped her name.
I mean,
Is it
she's
like
not
that?
listening.
Okay, well, this chick's name was Sable, and I just remember
You
getting
hated
to
her.
know him
You
that
hated her.
weekend, and I was like, he is so rad. And then I started talking to her, and I'm a girl's girl.
Yeah.
So for me, she's like cold shoulder in the car ride from Whistler all the way down to Van. It's like this horrible van ride down next to her, and I'm like, this like. I don't say that about a girl unless she was a bitch. And I'm like, yo. And so then I end up next event, I see him. They're like on the rocks. They broke up. And I'm like, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a realist and I'm honest and open. So I'm like, Dings. I'm like, listen, I always call him Luke, actually. I'm like, Luke, listen, that girl was not right for you. And I'm so happy you guys are broken up. And he was like, I'm really not, feeling good about it. I'm like, fuck that. Feel better because she sucked and you deserve a girl that's like a rock star who's fucking awesome because you're awesome. And he was
Yeah,
We gotta
well,
find her.
Yeah, well,
seriously, come on, homie.
Yeah,
A
well,
casting.
What is the deal?
I don't know. Apparently, I have the wrong.
You
I don't know.
Nothing's
You have a
wrong.
very interesting schedule, and I
Yeah.
think that once you settle down onto the
It's
ground,
cool. I'll have like
maybe.
moments with people. Like I had like a crazy moment with somebody this summer in Europe, and then you come home and it's just like back to regular life, and you're a rock star and you do your shit, and then I do my shit, and it's just different. And then I met another girl that I really like being around. I like riding horses on her ranch and doing those things, and she ended up being fucking cuckoo-rama. And it's
One day you're gonna meet a cuckoo girl that's the right kind of cuckoo for you, and not only that, but you'll calm her cuckoo down.
yeah, and then she can deal with my shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm not like
Because
that
we're
bad
all
to
crazy.
deal with. I'm
Every
just
human
like
is in their own
I'm just
way.
kind of like mean sometimes, but it's because
I'm the
work.
same way. Yeah, it's like the pressure I think it takes for the job. It's like you have to have somebody that balances. Like Jeff, for instance, like if I will be in a mood.
Are we
because
going public? We're saying Jeff.
I will be
Jeff.
in a mood.
Jeff.
And he knows exactly what to do, what to say to calm me down. And even if I will be a bitch and I will see myself on the outside, I'm like, God, Brittney, you're being so nasty. And I can't do it. I literally can't do anything about it. And he's like, it's all right. She'll be all right. And he keeps me cool.
That's awesome. That
My
he's like
ex-husband
that.
used to be like, oh, what? And I'm like, yeah, what? And
Yeah,
then
and
next
you're
thing
like
you know, we're like
brawling out.
for no reason.
Yeah, I am a firm believer that everyone's fucking crazy in their own way, and it's just the person that's gonna compliment that crazy because, like I said, we're all crazy. I'm psycho, dude. My husband's checked my ass a time or two. I'll tell you in the last 10 years, But the cool thing is he's way more dominant and alpha than I ever could be. Being an ex-Navy SEAL,
Yeah, he's the next
been on
Navy
multiple
SEAL. Like he's
combat deployments.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Real
real man. He's a real man.
Navy
Real
SEALs are,
dope.
yeah. I have a thing, not like a thing for Navy SEAls, but that is if I ever like meet one or sit one, I'm like, I have so many things I got to talk to you about.
Yes,
They're so
yes.
fascinating to me.
They are.
They're the way that they just can go through and do anything. Like it's absolutely amazing. I have to talk to your husband.
Especially our age group, like anyone from, I would even say mid-30s at this point, but mid-30s to like
That's just
early 40s.
because that's our age.
Well, no, but that's the
Anyone
time we were
on-
in the war.
Yeah, but any, yeah.
So they were going
Yeah.
over there and getting into some shit.
Yeah, we got
like
stuff
right
to
now
talk
they're
about.
not doing that.
Yeah,
they're
would-
not.
they
They're
would-
like going
they-
over there and being a presence, but they're not getting in the shit.
Yeah.
They're not going out on missions.
They have
They
real
were doing
stories.
shit.
Yeah.
Dude, so they
Yeah.
got the
Wow.
ones from our age, our generation, dude.
Yeah, there's definitely
Sexual.
some PTSD. There's some weird shit going on.
Turn
We
her
make
on.
water.
Easy, girl.
We make water now though. It's probably.
Yeah,
probably,
Dianna, drink some water.
He
Relax.
probably takes it out in the bedroom though. You're probably pretty happy about that.
Listen, like, let's
Might
change
be
Yeah, we
the
made
third
two
subject.
new
baby on
products.
this.
We got
Let's
water.
change the subject. I somehow get pregnant the third time right now. Talking about him.
We got water. So you got a boy and a girl. Which one do you hate the most?
Oh, I don't hate either one. They're so fucking cool, dude. I'm so sorry. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I already said it. I
Yeah.
Dude, being a mom is the coolest thing, and everyone is always like, wait. Well, I say wait if you obviously don't have the right partner yet, but dude, it's so fun. I can't wait for you to have a baby. You're gonna have a blast.
Like,
and I can't wait for you to have a baby.
We need to have
It's
babies.
so fun. Everyone's like, talk shit about kids. Oh, they're expensive. They're this. Dude,
I'm like, my mom made no money. It can't be that expensive because
really
we
not.
survived.
And
My mom was broke.
It's so fun. It's so cool. And I wasn't even into babies before I met my husband. When he was like, oh, I'll never get married again. He was married before me. And I was like, well, then don't date me because I'm 23 now. But when I'm 30, I'm probably going to want to have
23 and you
kids.
started dating him?
Yeah, we've been together 10 years. I'm 33.
That's crazy.
He's 43. He's 10 years older than me. So he lived a whole lifetime before we were even together. But yeah, dude, I remember just saying like, well, if you don't want to have kids one day, I'm like, then beat it because one day I'm going to want to have kids.
Yeah.
So anyways, we ended up having kids. But yeah, they're so fun. They're so cool. Anyone out there who knows they have kids, yeah, don't get me wrong. It could be a headache. It could be a struggle sometimes, but they're just so cute. They're so fun. You'll never know what love is until you have a kid.
What's their age difference?
So Hunter will be 7 in 2 months, and then Penny's a year and a half old, just shy of.
So you think that, okay, now here's a good question. The 6-year break, I think that makes a difference because I have friends. Yeah, see, I have friends that did the 2 thing, and they only did like 2 years apart, and they're like, listen, wait until yours can be 6 or 7, and he can kind of be on his own and like not be. So I think that's a trick is like spacing them out maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I was pregnant when Hunter was 4. And I'll never forget, I was such a bad pregnant chick that.
What do you mean bad? What does that mean?
I was just sick. And I just couldn't get off the couch or the bed. It was a horrible pregnant. It was rough. And so he would come in and be like, I'm hungry. And I'm like, go make yourself waffles. Dude, I was just buying Costco pack of waffles. He'd go in the freezer. I'd have him on the low little shelf for him. He'd go pick him out, put him in there. He's self-sufficient now.
Yeah.
Gets up, gets himself dressed. I don't have to worry about
I'm sure
that.
he fed himself when he was in a Navy SEAL, right? Didn't he know how to like?
Ryan was like, "You will know how to feed yourself."
They feed him noodles and shit, right? Like they don't look like they're being fed, and they don't look like they're being drug tested either.
The Navy SEALs?
Yeah.
Oh, they look like they're being fed.
Yeah, they
What, you haven't seen that?
yeah.
And there's no USADA. There's no USADA there either.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, they're little kids, rock stars. They're so freaking fun. You guys are gonna have a blast when you finally.
What advice do you have? I think it's cool that Monster kept the Monster Girls.
I love you, Monster Energy, for doing that. And you know what? I'm super grateful for Monster for all these years.
There was talk, like some
around.
shit went around, and like there was some people that thought maybe it shouldn't be a thing in here anymore.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago, and then that's when all the companies were clipping chicks. And I think it sucks because there are beautiful women out there who have a good voice and are positive women, uplifting women, and they want to represent brands and they want to.
But also, like going back to motorsports from the beginning, like you used to show up to see the car or the bike
With the hot chick?
with the hot chick and the umbrella.
Yeah. Yes.
That's where it came
Who
from.
do you take your photos with?
That's where it came from. Why are we taking it away? When we did the deal for NASCAR didn't want us to bring the girls. We brought 40 girls that weekend, and then when Hilton and Rodney did their speech, and it was probably Rodney because that's how it works.
Yeah.
But it was like he did his speech at Daytona 500 when we won Daytona 500 with Kurt Busch, and he said we have Monster Energy where athletes, girls, music,
Yes.
and then whatever else we are. Well, what's the other one? What's the
culture.
fourth pillar? Whatever it is. He said girls second. He said girls second. He goes, and it stays that way.
That's right.
And we brought 40 Monster Girls.
Yes.
And let me tell you this. There were maybe a few NASCAR wives that like stuck their nose up at it. Let me tell you
That's not the only wives doing it. The Supercross wives did it to me. They mad dogged me for years. And I'm
Really?
sure you've gotten it too from fighters' wives looking at you, standing next to them.
You know, the thing, what's interesting about what we don't like affiliate in the sense like we do our job and we leave. Like I bet that there has been hate for sure. But when I was hired onto UFC, Dana pulled me aside. We were doing we had like an appearance or something. And he was like, hey, we're at like a nightclub. And he was with David Spade. And he pulls me and he goes, Brittney, I just want to first of all
David
congratulate.
Spade.
I know.
That's real.
I want to
That's a good guy to go on a date with.
No, Okay.
Did you go on a date with him?
No, I said we were at a nightclub
Liar.
at appearance. David give me a break. We know my type. We know my type.
It's not David.
So-
Well,
He'd
actually,
make you laugh.
you
He'd
do
make you laugh.
get a little squirrely sometimes.
Hey. So he pulls me aside and he just said, congrats. We're super happy to have you here. But I'm going to give you one piece of advice. He goes, don't read the comments. Just do what you want. Do what you're doing and do not read it. And ever since then, I don't I learned to kind of understand exactly what he meant when I was hired on to UFC is really to not take that heat because you're going to get the heat no matter what. Yeah. And it's unfortunate. And the thing, I love seeing a beautiful woman as a painter, as a model myself. Like I respect and I love seeing the monster girls. I think they're absolutely necessary.
They're
I do
absolutely
too.
necessary to the brand.
And they're beautiful.
Yeah. And
Inside and out.
I just don't talk to them anymore.
it's crazy to see. It's crazy to see the growth over time of what it used to be.
I mean, we would have like over 100 worldwide.
Well, yeah, I know. I started when there was only like 6 of us.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys still casting for those? Is that like a thing?
There's-
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
always a
You can still get
continual
jobs.
process,
Yeah. Why
yeah.
you looking for a job?
Hey,
Listen, the shoe fits.
I'm busy enough. Okay.
I got someone else here. I think this is Winter X Games. This is a dirt shot video. Are you snowboarding naked?
naked.
Oh, we gotta go snowboarding together, girl.
Yeah, girl, let's do it.
You love to get your ass out.
Listen, it's
you
a nice
have
looking
it.
ass. I would get it out if it was a flat ass. Look at what I can do.
I love how red you're getting because it's like you're making it not look cold, but I can tell by your skin.
I
It
miss you.
burns.
It's so cold.
It
and
burns.
And it's not like, it's Winter X Games. I didn't put on like a tan.
Yeah,
I'm not
right.
tan.
Sure.
So it's just pasty, white, red.
It's
So
crazy,
You gotta
right? So
come
you
to Winter
went
X
from
Games this year. I'll be there. We'll ride together.
Okay.
Monster, let's get her out.
you went from Miss Supercross, being put on a TV, then you got hired at X Games.
Yeah, that's where my TV career started, was being Miss Supercross.
Yeah, then X Games, COVID hit. We're fighting to get you back. You weren't back this year, right?
No, I haven't been doing anything. I had, when you have a little baby at home.
Yeah.
Like with Hunter, I locked it up quick. I was like, okay, I'm 26, 27. I got to get tight and right. And I was at NASCAR
tight
like
and
3
right.
months after I had Hunter, and I was traveling everywhere with Hunter.
Yeah.
But then with Penny, when you're, I'm 32 when I had her, I was like, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get crazy and hurry up and get slim. I just wanted to chill and just take my time. And that's what I did. So I just took it like, 10
look great.
months, a year.
What's your like tight, like what's your workout? How did you snap back?
Okay, so
Give us the
key
secrets.
is you just gotta have a good foundation. If anyone's out there listening, you just need to lift weights.
Yeah.
Really, and I'm not talking about like She-Hulk or like the fuck. I don't know, what do you want to call it, like.
Bodybuilder?
Yeah, not bodybuilder, just resistance training in general, even your body weight.
But even having I like what you said. So you have a base, so already be in shape prior to being pregnant, and then so it's
Yes.
easier and working out while you're pregnant, and then
And not even these hardcore workouts. Everyone's like, oh, I don't want to work out because they just associate working out with this like horrible, like hour-long beating. And it's like, I go to the gym and I do like a 30-minute easy session. I'm never sore because I can't stand that shit either. I hate that. So you do a little body workout, whatever, upper body, lower body, and you just,
Kinda
and you
feels
don't
good.
overeat, and you don't eat like shit all the time. You go, and especially when you're traveling too, it's super hard when you travel. But if you
yeah.
know
I feel
how
like
to
you
eat right,
used to
you're
eat
good.
like shit.
I mean, I can definitely eat like shit, 100%.
Like I feel
what
like
do you-
I feel like when we used to eat, like you would eat like
I'll eat like a dude,
yeah.
especially when we're traveling.
Yeah.
I don't like blow
when you're
out for the
traveling with
weekend.
dudes,
Yeah.
makes it. It's not like you guys were ordering a bunch of salads and salmons. Okay, she had to eat the
Exactly.
chicken and wings because that's all she had. She was
Yes.
starving.
I'm gonna have the pizza if you guys are all eating pizza. That's like we're going to Dave and
I'll have
Buster's.
the Caesar salad.
Yeah, and then not only that, but then we're gonna go and it's a major event. I'm there to fucking party too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
not only are we gonna have a great time, we're gonna work our asses off probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but then Saturday night, I'm hitting it hard.
Yeah. No, I like that. What do you reckon for you is like one of your most like memorable moments going back into like Miss Supercross? Because it was kind of like I think like everything, it goes in waves, right? There was like the Ricky Carmichael, Jeremy McGrath era, Chad Reed. You were kind of the end of that.
Yeah.
And then it was like
Brian Filippoto,
Dungey, Dungy,
Trey Canard. Yeah, all that.
you know what I mean? Like, Bubba Stewart. It was like wild.
Yeah, I got to watch his last races, essentially.
Yeah.
Last season, which was on and off, very spotty. But, I mean, I guess I don't. The only thing that can pop up in my head are like things that I can't say names or anything.
Why?
Throwing people under the bus.
Oh, no.
Just use the first letter.
You're good.
I don't know. There was.
Tell us a good Dingo story.
Well, that one about Sable was real good. I remember thinking that. I don't know. There's just been so many with
Did
Dingo
you just say
and
the
I.
Sable one?
Yeah, the Sable. Well, it's probably the most prominent one, right?
Because you didn't like her.
Well, I liked you. Yes, yeah. I was
Aw,
like,
you're
I
so
love
sweet.
Jinx.
John's
She's
the
so
best.
sweet. Yes. Yeah, because you know why? In this industry, when you're traveling every weekend, especially as a younger girl who's like, you're there to be a model, you're not like an athlete. I feel like you're not looked at as, or like maybe respected as much as an athlete is, right? Like the athlete's the big deal.
Yeah, but I feel like we were just homies.
Yeah, but we made homies, but by chance, because I struck up conversation. It wasn't like this like thing where I was a big deal yet or I had these titles yet, you know? It was just I was there, I was 18, bebopping around, little monster girl. And so it's just going and creating these relationships that I see men all the time from a female perspective. We're the 5% of these action sport industries, right? So when you're traveling around these men, you see men who are not good dudes, and so you are a good dude, and it's very rare to
crazy
say that.
though, which like for
so
me,
smart.
like I came over here at such a young age. I was like 14 or something on my own, fucking sleeping on a couch, like just trying to do anything I could do to like make it. And Grenade happened pretty young, so things started to happen when we were pretty young. But I remember having team managers, and again, not saying names, but they were all married.
Right.
And then they go on the road and then they just cheat on
that's
their
what I'm saying.
wives.
That's
and
what I'm
I grew up
saying.
around that. I was like
Yes.
14, 15, 16, 17 watching that. And I knew the wives and I was friends with them. And it didn't make me think that person. I didn't dislike that person. It just made me, I think it made me who I am.
You had like a filter and now over your eyes, because now when you look at people, you're like, and you see them post on Instagram, oh my God, I love my wife, or I love this,
It's
I love
such
that.
bullshit.
And then you're like, I was with you last weekend and I seen what you were doing.
Yeah.
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 Well, we're working in the MMA industry too. Same
Yeah,
thing. It's a
same
male
thing.
dominated. You see all of that stuff, exactly what they're doing, and but the thing is with you when you grew up, it's interesting that you grew up around it, but you didn't absorb that because a lot of I think people would be like, oh well, this is okay. They do it. They're my superior, so if they're doing it, it must be okay to do this on the road. And you didn't adapt to that.
No.
Mentality, and I think that just goes to show how strong you are, but also the difference of right and wrong and good and bad.
Yeah, no,
There
it
was a Supercross that I was working at like early on, like 19 years old. And it was it was like a Supercross star. And we were walking down into the tunnel of A1 and I'm like walking with the rest of the Monster Girls, but I'm closest to him. And he looks at me, he's like, oh yeah, new around here or whatever. So I was newer. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you're so fucking hot. And I just remember thinking, this is weird because I've watched this guy, as a young teen when he was killing it in the Supercross circuit. And now he's standing next to me and he's married. And I'm just like, man, that's weird. Like, I just
What
don't
an
like
asshole.
that. I don't like that.
What an
Like,
asshole.
like you can say that a girl's attractive while you're married, but don't you're so fucking hot. It's like,
Yeah. He was saying it with with a reason of saying that. And I'm like, I just think you're really beautiful.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with acknowledging a beautiful woman, but you're so effing hot that's a hit. Like,
and
I'm not
trying to hit on dudes for like exactly what Brittney said. Like when you tell a girl like, God, you're so beautiful, or you're a very good looking woman, or whatever it is, that's awesome. Yeah. I hate that the culture that we've created in the last 5 years is like, oh, guys can't, like just how we were joking before we got on camera, like, oh, we can't say or do certain things anymore. And I always encourage, I'm like, no, you tell a woman that she's beautiful and good looking, and she's
sure.
kind, or she's sweet, or she's awesome. Say those things to her, but the difference is in that scenario
way you
is,
say it.
yeah, you're so fucking hot, or the weird shit.
It's
that
like a
they can say.
frustration of they're saying it. They're like, you're so fucking like. It's like they're frustrated because they want to. They're like trying to tell you they want to do something about it.
Yeah, he that was definitely the opener. He was
Yeah.
hoping I was taking it to the next level, or there wasn't DMs at the time or Instagram.
No
at the time.
DMs. It was like
That
straight
was
to the
right-
trailer.
straight phone number.
At that point, you were just saying, all right, well, here's my cell number. Text me with my flip phone.
Yep.
Jeez.
I think
That
iPhone
razor.
just came out. This was 08. So
That
iPhone just
sidekick.
came out.
I think it was right after the sidekick.
Yo, there's a movie on the Sidekick. The two guys that created it.
Really?
Oh my God, you gotta watch it.
That's awesome. It's like Facebook.
Yeah,
Definitely watch that.
yeah. One guy becomes like one of the richest people in the world, and the main guy becomes broke. It's hilarious.
It's like McDonald's.
Yeah. But the
Seinfeld,
Sidekick
too.
guys were nicer. And then the guy that ended up with all the money was like the dumb, quirky guy, and then just sold his stock at the right time at an undisclosed amount. And he's one of the richest people in the world.
Wow. And he's chilling.
What's next for you? 2 kids. We've got I don't want to screw it up here. Salty honey.
Yeah, Salty Honey's killing it. It's uber successful.
Where are you making the stuff out of? Out of China?
We make it overseas. We have a mixture of South Pacific, Asian countries.
What countries?
It depends on the supplier, but China, Vietnam, Philippines, those are the 3 countries that we use. We used to be American made, but
It's
COVID
tough.
ruined
It's
everything.
tough.
Yeah.
It's
COVID
tough.
literally screwed the fabric industry.
It's tough. Like to make margins and make costs and to
Yeah.
do what you got to do. You gotta.
Yeah.
You want to know. You want to know how not FHM H&M made all their money back in the day. So there's no in the middle of the ocean. There's no tax law.
Right.
So they would take the boat over to China. They would buy the fabric, and then the sewers and the sewing machines
Would
were
make
on
them
the
in the middle of the
boat,
ocean.
and they would make the clothes on the way back to America.
Stop it.
Who is the CEO of that company? Does he have a
Fucking
memoir?
hell.
I gotta read that. That
I
is
want to
insane.
see what that boat looks like.
Yeah.
And there was hundreds of them.
I bet.
Like that's how they became so big so quick.
Wow, and their
And they
clothing,
were selling, and then what they did is they just
Yeah,
went and
they're
hired
priced
like
like $8 a
Louis
piece.
Vuitton, Gucci. They went and hired all their designers.
Yeah.
So that's why it looked so good.
Yeah, H&M's
and it was
great.
$20.
Yeah.
I used to wear H&M jeans and whatever else.
I appreciate those jeans and shirts way more now.
Yeah, me and
This
Tor
was
would go
made
to
on a
Vegas
boat.
and we'd go shopping at H&M.
Yeah.
That's
I haven't been in a
innovation.
while, but
You
it's
should
like,
go.
maybe I should go.
That's innovation.
You know?
True innovation
It's
right
better,
there.
better than where
Work smarter, not harder.
better
you
than
know
where
what
I
mean?
shop yesterday.
Oh
Yes.
gosh.
Oh my God, that's crazy. I mean, yeah, if there's any, we're going to keep on moving and I'm actually going to get it now. So we operate off of my property. I live on an acre. I have 2 40-foot containers in the backyard and I have 1,500 feet of garage. And so our staff comes every single day and works off my property. But like just me and my partner, we were talking about it yesterday. I'm tapped like with that, like I don't do any of that, but I've trained those positions over and over again. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm tapped. So that now we're shopping right now to get into a third party shipping service.
Yeah.
So then that way it's just the orders
Those are
placed.
easy.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I'm just like,
like a
I just
dollar
want
a
to
thing or
focus
something.
on the company. I don't want to have to worry about warehousing, holidays are coming up, what temp employees, which that's not a problem. I have so many friends with like kids that could do it, but it's just like, I just don't want to fret with it. I want to work on the business, not so much in the business. And half my time right now is in it, and I can't do that anymore. I got it on.
And where are most of the sales? Online or
Everything's online, saltyhoney.co. And we couldn't afford the .com 7 years ago. It was $2,500 7 years ago.
Look at you now.
So it's .co. I paid $15 for that URL handle. But yeah, it's like, it's awesome.
Wait, so like .com, which is way more expensive?
.com. Oh yeah, all the .com handles that are available, they're just through the roof.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. Unless it's like some one-off, like some stupid URL name. But yeah, if it's like a full word and it makes sense, the URL name makes sense, it's through the roof. So it's saltyhoney.co. No, you're not making a mistake by dropping the M. And yeah, it's a women's activewear, swimwear, lifestyle brand. We make loungewear, we make graphic tees, we make everything. We make bags. I have a sick bag maker, so we make all kinds of bags. It's just awesome, and I'm super blessed that I get to use my love of business. This is my outlet. My company is my outlet for business. My partner is the designer. Her name's Taylor, and she's absolutely stunning, and she is a heart of gold, and she's our vibes, designer girl. So we're yin and yang. We work absolutely amazing together. And we're super, super blessed.
Sick.
Yep. So what's next for me? Salty Honey, making it go from a $2 million company to a $5 million company next
Boom,
year.
to a $10 million company.
And then what else? I'm doing on my fitness stuff. I just started doing it again.
How much are you working out right now?
I don't work out. Like I said, I do like 45 minutes
look
every day.
jacked.
Like 4. No, I'm telling you guys, I'm not jacked. It's the tan. I swear it's the tan. That's why bodybuilders put on tan.
You're next to Brittney Palmer and you look jacked.
I got skinny arms. No, I'm actually working on nutrition books and I'm working on fitness books. I made like a fitness ebook just for fun and it wasn't like uber success. I couldn't believe it. It was like 2,000. I sold ebooks, 2,000 in like 1 week.
That's great.
You got a
I'm
big
like,
following.
it's my fitness diary though. It's just like a diary.
You got a big following. People like you. People like to follow you.
But I didn't know people.
You know
like
what
me
else
for
I think it
fitness.
is?
Yeah.
I think it's since you've gone into mum mode,
Yeah.
like people look up to you. Mums look up to you because I think that a lot of mums probably have a child, have two children, and then they just fall into this slump.
Yeah, you're relatable.
Well, thanks.
You know, you have that like
guys.
relatability where you're
And
cool,
Brittney,
down
you're
chick.
not relatable. You're just hot and you know.
Well, I'm not selling fitness ebooks, okay? I'm selling paintings.
Brittany's selling paintings.
Have you seen Brittney?
Oh,
you gotta go check out her. You gotta go check out her store in Vegas. Her art shop in Vegas is sick.
My gallery.
No, I'm super pumped. When I found out she was your co-host, I'm like, fuck yeah, Brittany Palmer.
You ever see that? You ever
Thank
see that
you.
crazy painting of Conor McGregor?
Yes.
That's his face painting. That's in
Yes.
his gym. That's her painting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, I followed you from back in the day, even when I knew you were married. A long time ago.
Did you know the guy?
Yeah, did you know?
No, I just you would post about him.
Yeah.
Crazy,
You know, but then all of a sudden,
crazy
boom,
Aussie.
Yeah.
it was clipped. Oh, that's why, man. Australians.
Yeah.
Apart from me,
Australians
You're
are
like American
wild.
Australian.
You're still wild.
yeah,
You're still wild.
Yeah, I'm still getting.
You guys are pirates, dude.
I'm still getting phone calls on Monday mornings with like the team yelling at me.
Yeah. Well, they
Yeah.
love you. It's a love hate.
Yeah, it's a love.
It's
thing.
way more love than
it's a
hate.
love thing. I think people just worry
They
about me.
expect it. Yeah, we worry.
I work a lot, you know.
Yeah,
and
you
it's
do.
like
You party a lot
whatever.
and you
I
work a
party
lot.
I work a lot. Whatever it is.
You don't sleep a lot.
I don't sleep a lot.
Honestly, you're killing it.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
killing it. Per
It,
usual.
it just is what it is. I think if I wasn't doing that, I'd be doing something really bad. So I don't want to do bad things.
Yes. Good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
You've seen me in a state of like, wow, that guy's probably going to end up dead or be homeless or whatever. And there's a time there when I like struggled with, you know, just being young and being on television or being around the whole thing and really like struggling like with my own identity. And it took me a long time to like be secure within my own body. I was insecure even when you would see me on TV or you'd see me on with Rob Dyrdek or at the MTV Awards. And really deep down, I was just this insecure, lost little boy. And it took me a long time to figure it out. But all I needed to do was be me.
Mm-hmm.
And once I woke up every day and was me, my life changed. But the insecure, everybody's insecure.
Everyone is. You know, when I was 15 years old, I was a super bad teenager. I got sent away to boarding school for a year, and that's where I learned all that shit. You usually don't learn it until you're like mid-20s when you're like hitting some major walls. I had to learn that real early at 15 years old. I got sent to a boarding school. I was such a bad kid. But anyways, like that inner child, your insecurities, facing those demons, like little things that you form in your childhood you don't realize is traumatic and talking about it. And I don't want to say trauma, but you know, there are things that you develop in your head as a little kid that you believe about yourself and you don't realize how much it hinders you as an adult making choices. And
But it's not even you as a kid personally, like, you know, being around my brothers, you know, nieces and nephews, there's 3 of them, and you've got 2 young kids. They're sponges. There's nothing wrong with them. They don't know the world is a bad place.
Exactly.
They don't know that they're going to get beaten down. And our job, your job as a parent, my job as an uncle, your job as a grandma, your job as a father back there. There's fathers. But it's like your job is to protect these children.
And
You know what
guide.
I mean? And like they're sponges that like are going to go to school and get picked on. No matter what happens, it's gonna gonna fucking happen.
Yeah.
And the saddest part is that when they're just little kids and they're happy, and I wish we were all just like that.
Yeah.
You know, but
I don't know, Dingo. You're like that. You're like living your dream. Every time I see you, you're happy, you're smiling. You are a little kid. What are you talking about? Because you're just you.
Somebody told me I'm a grown-up frat boy.
You literally are like, you're the ray of sunshine, dude. I swear to God, I could go to a blazing monster metal concert and I'll see you in the middle of the crowd and I'll just be like, there he is. There's that sunshine.
Yeah, there he is.
He's just like,
I think with you, I think it's just radical self-acceptance.
Right.
Like you need to be so accepting of yourself, of your past, of your of everything.
Well, I'm open about my past too.
That's important too. It's when you start speaking about going to boarding school and like it's when you suppress these things and you're like, oh, I've always been good. Like no, like radical self-acceptance of everything. That is, I think, what's going to catapult anyone to be their truest self.
I'm not afraid. I lost my brother to suicide. I'm not afraid to speak about depression. I've been depressed. I've gone through depression. I'm sure all of us here have gone through depression at some point, highs and lows, and it's just kind of figuring out its life. But the best thing I ever did was open up about it and talk about it. I still got a lot of stuff I got to deal with, but opening up about the things that went wrong with my past has helped me move forward in my future.
Yep. Even with my marriage, like, I came from, a very dangerous, like you said, when my marriage just stopped and then it was all over the news of what happened. It's like for years and years and years to protect my ex-husband and, who's no longer with us. It was a way I was like never going to talk about it. And it wasn't until the past like year and a half, 2 years that I've been doing podcasts and I've been really opening up about, substance abuse and opening up about domestic violence and all of that stuff. And I've healed more in the past 2 years opening my mouth about it just by venting or, being open than I had, 5 years prior.
Yeah.
And it's doing that is healing. The more you talk about it, the more you're going to heal, the more you're going to learn new things about the scenario. You're going to realize
you're a part in it too. We're all responsible for our own decisions. No one's a victim here. Like, it's like, we made this decision to do this, acknowledge, own it, accept it, love it, move on.
Yep. Absolutely.
What's next for Dianna Dahlgren?
Yeah, guys. I'm so happy you had me. Thank you
What's
so much.
next for you?
I know.
I don't.
What about some charities or any
What's next for
beneficial
you?
causes?
Are we going to get you on some more shows next year? We get you on some live shows?
I'm going on a live show.
We'll get you out there.
Get her snowboarding in Aspen.
Let's do X Games.
We're doing I'm putting on a bikini now. Tan ass.
Danny usually does this lightning round, but Brittney's going to do this lightning round for you.
Okay.
You're just going to answer quick, but we're so happy. We love you here at Monster, and we're so stoked that you're still a part. It was so cool to see you at the sales meeting representing Rain.
Yes, Rainstorm.
I remember at one point we were Mr. and Mrs. Monster.
We were. Yep, we were. We actually were.
Many moons ago.
All right, let's do this. Best Supercross athlete of all time.
Ryan Filippoto.
Oh, he was just on the show.
He was on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep. He's funny.
He's been on a couple times now.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, no, he's a savage.
He's funny. He's super funny.
Biggest misconception about modeling. You got a good answer for this, girl. I know you do.
No, that biggest misconception that we're stupid.
There we go.
And we ain't stupid.
No.
Oh, bang.
Craziest meat product your husband ever brought home.
Zebra.
What? Did you eat
You
it?
ate it?
Yeah.
Was
What
it
did it
good?
taste like?
No,
Gamey?
we sold it to a Middle Eastern man who couldn't believe we had zebra meat for sale.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is zebra meat expensive?
It's very expensive. It's $150 a pound. And you cannot shoot them you can't like import a zebra or something. Like you can't import zebra meat and you can't import zebras unless you're special. But this one was born and raised in America, and that's the only way that you're able to. He was the outcast of the herd too. The head, the skin.
Well, okay.
I don't know what else.
Yeah.
What about the?
Does he eat the?
I'm sure we could eat the.
I just don't know if people eating zebra.
Oh, we
It
are
was ground up. It was in the ground beef.
Oh God.
Zebra.
The images that are going through my mind.
Yeah, like the zebra taco. That could be a big thing.
Little cabbage and white sauce on the taco.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry,
all right, this went south real quick, literally. Okay, favorite outfit for comfort.
Salty honey hoodie and pants. Hello.
Okay, I need to have this.
Yes.
I need these comfort outfits.
Now that I know you follow me, I'm going to DM you.
I know. Let's do this.
It won't go into your spammer box.
I know.
I'm going to send you
follow you
I'm going
back.
to send you outfits.
Best prank pulled on your husband.
Oh shit.
I've pulled pranks on the husband.
Yes.
I've had to put him to bed before.
Oh my God. Yes.
He'd be out hanging out with the
know what? I
boys
love Dingo,
in Aspen.
because yes,
he'd
Ryan
be
was
out
there
hanging out
one
with the
night.
boys in Aspen, and because you've been,
Yeah.
and she'd be in bed because she'd have to work today, and I'd have to like put him to bed.
Oh, at like 4 a.m, dude. He partied so hard. with
Yeah,
him.
I'm like
Oh my God, it was so
Ryan, and then
gnarly.
because he's big, he's ex-Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of young snowboard kids. He starts scaring them. They didn't really know what's going on.
Oh, dude,
and he's just playing around. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
like, Ryan, it's. He goes, really? Yes, Ryan.
Best prank I ever pulled on my husband. So when my husband and I were dating, we got into this. He was on a boat in off of the coast of Africa. Found out some shit. This was when we were like early dating, and I was like, "Oh, really, motherfucker?" Like he didn't tell me stuff about his past, and I was like, "Oh, you motherfucker." Well, he flies in San Francisco, and I had a flight to go up and meet him there, and he was coming back from Africa. I hadn't seen him in a couple months, and I told him I wasn't there. I told him I wasn't there, and I was there waiting at the gate, but I didn't realize. I've traveled in and out of freaking 80% of the airports in America. I know all of them, right?
Yeah.
But this one airport, I didn't realize that when international flights come in, they go to the deck below. It's a 2-floor, and they bring the incoming international flights on the deck below to
you
go
did
through
miss
customs.
him.
So I'm sitting there for like 20 minutes, and the plane's on the tarmac, and I'm like, I go and get staff. I'm like, hey, why haven't you guys opened the doors yet? And they're like, oh, it gets opened the floor below, and they go through customs. I'm all, what the fuck? And I sprinted, dude. I was
You're all,
sprinting to
"Joke's on me."
customs because then he was going to get on his last leg and go back to Washington. And so I call him, and he wasn't answering. He was so heartbroken, and I'm all, I was pulling a fucking prank on you. I'm here. I'm at customs. And so he pulled out of the customs, or pulled out of the next leg line, and he went into customs. And so that's probably the best prank of all time because I
you
had
pranked
him
yourself?
stressed. I pranked myself and him. He was stressing, dude, and I was sweating, literally.
That's funny.
Running through the airport. But yeah, it ended up being a great moment. And then that was when we were like, oh my God, we're going to be together forever. You're the one.
Nice.
You're the one for me.
Well, I'm happy you found the one for you. I'm happy you got 2
And
beautiful
he
children.
will never leave, or I will find you.
I'm happy you got a successful company, and I'm happy that you're still part of our family.
I know. I'm so happy. Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you
Monster
for coming,
Energy,
Dianna.
for
We
having
love
me.
you.
Woo, yeah, thank you.
Love my monster family. Thanks, guys. This is a wrap, eh?
That's a
That's a
wrap.
wrap.